Hello, friends. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want us to have a little chat, a little chat about something regarding our health. If you come on, just say hi so I know you are on here, and we can start the chat. Okay? Yambon komo. Yambon komo. When you come, just say hi, and I'll know you are here. Who is here? Just say hi. Who is here? Just say hi. Let me know you are here, and then we can have a nice, we can learn a little bit. Okay? Yɛnsua adeɛ. Yes, if you are, who is here, just say hi. If you are here, just say hi. Let's have a chat, okay? I want us to talk about something regarding our health. Um, let's see how important it could be. We're going to talk about salt today, you know? Is salt actually a good thing that we need to eat? I didn't say didn't. Why? Why do we eat salt? Why do we eat salt? Mm-hmm. Just say hi if you are here. Let me know who you are. Yes. All right. So I want us to talk about salt. As if you are here, just say hi. Let me know you are here. You know. So talking about salt. Do we really need salt? Yeah, here see a is there any nutritional value in salt? Do we have to eat salt? Is there any nutritional value in salt? Most people, especially Africans, and then people from other parts of the world like Australia and um even Spanish people, yeah, we eat salt a lot, but is it really good for the body? Is it really necessary that we eat salt? This is something I want us to discuss, just have a chat about it, and then we will know whether we need to eat it or not. And even if we have to eat it, how, how should we eat it? Do we need it a lot, or we just need it a little bit? We don't, Um, so let's see how. it goes. Salt. Do we need it or not? All right. So, talking about salt, right? Let's look at some benefits of salt. Or before even I go there, why do you eat salt in the first place? Why do we eat salt in the first place? Is it because is it because salt is sweet? That's why we eat salt, or we just eat it because I don't know. Say near do animal that's why we eat it. Um, eat it. So I would say that salt basically has some nutritional value. Okay, salt has a nutritional value, and I'll tell you the body uses salt for. I mean, it uses salt to balance fluids in the blood, and it maintains healthy blood pressure. Okay, the body uses salt to maintain um fluids or a healthy blood pressure, and also for fluid balance in the body. That means we need salt, because without something maintaining a healthy blood pressure, then it's a problem, right? That means without something balancing fluids in the blood, then there's a problem. Another thing that salt could also do is um, we need salt to somehow help with nerve and muscle functions. We need salt to help with nerve and muscle functions. That means if your muscles could work, you need some, a little. You need a little bit of salt in there to do this. So salt is actually a good thing. Without salt, you will die. Looking at the benefits of salt, without salt, you will die. That means your blood pressure cannot be maintained. It will only be, going, I don't know, the level will be different. It wouldn't be in the normal range. And then your muscles could not work. Don't forget you need your muscles to actually, hi Belinda, hi Kweku. Welcome to TopBond TV. So you need actually salt to, even walk. Before you lift something, you need muscles to lift it up. And then lifting it up, you need, salt has to play a huge role in, our everyday activities. So yes, salt is good. Okay, salt is really good. Another thing that I want us to know, because salt is good, do we have to eat it a lot? Do we need it a lot in the body? That's one question we need to ask ourselves. Because salt is good, do we need it a lot in the body? Um, no, we don't need it a lot in the body. We need it in moderation. Okay, we need salt in moderation. We don't need it a lot. So, eating too much salt, what happens to you when you eat too much salt? That's a question you should ask yourself. Some people say, baby, right at the table, they will taste the soup, and then they will be like, oh, nchina way they say, nchina antimu. Then they will put more salt. Nchina antimu, then they will put more salt. That's something that's not advisable. It's not. You need salt in moderation, at least 5 grams a day. 5 grams is equal to 1 teaspoon. I think it's any teaspoon. 5 grams of salt a day. That's what research tells us to do. And that is what? 1 teaspoon a day. So if you are somebody that you keep, eating salt, like, because it's something you have to start thinking about, whether you will have to eat it a lot or you have to cut it down. Maybe by the end of this live video you might understand and then know whether salt does more good or more harm to the body. Okay? Yes. Whether salt does more good or more harm to the body, you will be able to tell. Now let's see what is actually, with eating too much salt. Too much salt. One thing I want you to know is, just as I told you about this channel is basically for health related stuff. So, things that you might not know, you will find it over here. And the things that you might know more about it. And either way, you don't lose. You learn something, okay? You don't lose. You still learn something. Actually, thank you for tuning in, okay? Thank you for hi Cecilia. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so humbled to have you on here this time. So let's see. Eating too much salt can contribute to high blood pressure. Okay? Eating too much salt or blood pressure because now, what do we mean by high blood pressure? High blood pressure, we have a limit. We have, the measure for blood pressure. And normal blood pressure is 120/80. And even with that, we have range, right? So the upper number, to those of you who do not really know about blood pressure stuff, I just want to explain a little bit into it so that you will know what it means by high blood pressure. A high blood pressure, if the normal value for blood pressure is 120/80, the top number, which is 120, is called systolic, and the bottom number is called diastolic. Okay. Now, if it was a fraction, we will say the top number is numerator and the bottom number is denominator. I know this because, if you listen to my previous videos, I was a teacher for some time, and then yes, I was a math teacher, so I know this. Now, the top number could range between, let's say, 90 to 140. Anywhere between 90 and 140 with the top number is considered good, depending on the hospital's policy. Okay. Some hospital, when the top number is, the systolic, when it is over 130, they consider it to be high. Some hospitals, if the top number ranges between 90 and 140, it's okay. Anything after 140 is considered high. The same applies to the bottom number. The bottom number also has, a range. So The battle number, the normal one is what, 80, right? But the range is between 60 and 90. Some hospitals make it 50 to 90. It still depends on the hospital's policy. Okay. Who is here? Just say hi so that I will know you are here. So the bottom number, which is the diastolic, is also, also has a range from 60 to 90, or based on the hospital's policy, it could be from 50 to 90. So either way, the normal values for a normal blood pressure. Okay. Excuse me, let me take a sip of water. Yes. So let's continue. Now that we know the normal values for blood pressure, let's see. Now we know salt maintains blood pressure. Salt balances fluids in the blood. So for you to be within the range that I just spoke about, you will have to eat salt in moderation. Now, eating salt doesn't mean okosa intention, no worry. You don't chew the salt. We have so many things, so many food items that contain salt. Um, what we are saying, or what I'm trying to tell you right now, doesn't mean you have to cut salt at all. No, you don't have to cut eating salt. Don't cut salt out of your meals. You actually need to eat salt. If you're here, just say hi, all right? Hi, Philomena. Eating salt, don't cut it out from because you need it, like we said, to have a natural blood pressure. It is actually an important nutrient in our diet. So how would you know if you are eating too much salt or not? How would you know if you are eating too much salt or not? I want you to know that to track how much salt you are eating, try to aim at things or food items that are low in salt. Wow, wo deɛ ɛyɛ wo sɛ wo tɛkyerɛm ase yɛ wo dɛ nti nkyene deɛ wogye wengyae deɛ a ɛnyɛ yie no, you can start retraining yourself to eat salt, to eat lesser salt than you eat every day. You can retrain yourself to eat less salt than you eat every day. So it's not that hard to stop eating salt. It takes a little bit of time. It will take a while, but either way, it still works out. You just have to be consistent and you have to be disciplined. Okay, you have to be consistent and you have to be disciplined. I did be anyone in jai easy. Hi Samson, hi. I did be anyone in jai easy. But if you persevere to stop, when crying, you don't have to stop, totally. You just have to, give yourself, time, or you reduce it slowly, nkakra nkakra. Emani yet to say obi ɔnom nsa na ɔpɛ sɛ onya nsa na ɔbɛn sɛ onya alcohol withdrawal, saa withdrawal symptoms na a bit, bad. Nkakra nkakra, then you can come down to 5 grams a day. Okay. It will take a little time, a little bit of time, but you will get there. It's fine. Very okay. All right. It's not a big deal. Now, how would you know? How do you know what to eat if you have to eat salt in moderation? How do you know what to eat if you have to eat salt in moderation? So what I would tell you is eat mostly fresh food items, What I mean by fresh food items is, some people, ɔmo aduane nyinaa yɛ tin, can, tin tomatoes, canned meat, corned beef, stuff like that. These things, they have a lot of salt. Nti na ɛwɔ mu ɛdɔɔso. So if you think you are addicted to canned foods, don't forget nkyene salt. We use it to what? Preserve food. So in these cans, they have, a lot of salt in these food items to preserve it. Apart from other, nneɛma a wɔde bɛfrafra to, help preserve it, salt plays a good part of it. So you will have to be careful, reduce eating, canned foods. You have to be careful eating canned foods. Eat fresh foods. Tomatoes, just buy fresh tomatoes. Will be out there, sauce, kakra bi the best way any, then I blend in a comma, you know. That's one way, These processed foods like corned beef, what they would taste corned beef, you know what I'm talking about. Say it's a lot of, it's a lot of it's a lot of salt in there. I also don't mean that you have to stop eating canned foods. You don't have to stop eating it, but you have to probably target canned foods. Canned foods be a say no added salt. Who is here? Just say hi so that I know you are here. Um, you know, so that I can formally welcome you to Bond TV. All right. So yeah, you have to target canned foods that have the ratings that no salt added, or let's say low salt. All right. Some of them even have like salt reduced. So when you see these things on canned foods, although there is salt in it, it actually tells you that it is what reduced. Hi, Ernestina. Welcome to TopBond TV. You were a bit late. We are talking about salt, the importance of salt. Do we even have to eat it, or we don't have to eat it? And even if we have to eat it, how do we need a lot, or we need less? So this is what we are talking about. All right. You actually missed a vital part of it, but yeah, you'll be fine. I promise. Yes. So, like I said earlier, eat foods, or if you can eat canned foods, but eat canned foods that has a description of no added salt, or low salt, or reduced salt, that actually would help you reduce salt. Like I said earlier, eat less sauce, use less sauce, like tomato sauce when cooking, because they are all full of salt. Ube not with the is sometimes you don't even add salt to it. Now you still feel say it's okay. While trying here from salt in a free buy. It's from these sources and then canned stuff that we use. So maybe now it's already good to go. So you actually have to take note of that. All right. You have to take note of that. Now, let's look at some conditions that high, like I said, too much salt can contribute to high blood pressure. And on clinically, we call it what? Hypertension, right? Yes. Too much salt can contribute to high blood pressure, which is linked to certain conditions. It's linked to certain conditions. And what are some of these conditions? It is linked to conditions like heart failure. heart failure, and heart attack. Too much salt could lead to that. Probably you didn't even know, but you know now. And this is why we have to reduce salt in our diet. Okay? Okotena a year, friends, talking about, friends, back home. Okotena chop bar na ukesi soup and and today you pour salt into. No, you are just buying disease for yourself. You know, too much salt could cause high blood pressure, and high blood pressure is linked. Obi what heart failure biano has high blood pressure. How does this even happen? Now let me tell you something about salt. But maybe maybe salt does to the body is it retains fluid. Instead of saying ka obe junso more, no, when say salt actually retains fluids in the body. Hi, Ernestina Boateng, Abrof Boateng. You're also late a bit, but yeah, welcome to TopBond TV. We are talking about salt, the importance of salt. Is it good for the body? Do we have to eat salt, or we don't have to? How much salt do we need in a day? Yeah, you missed a couple of um, good stuff, but I promise you'll still get the rest. Okay, you'll get the rest. So let's continue with it. So what salt does is salt retains in the body. When you eat too much salt, then your body flow it helps the body retain fluid. That means you don't excrete more than you are supposed to. Debiana nsuo tae mu. Debiana nsuo tae mu. Before you know, no, then the pressure abeto wakoma so, right? The pressure abeto wakoma so, then your heart has to actually work harder to be able to pump blood throughout the whole body. In this case, too much pressure on the heart will cause a heart attack, and then too much water in the heart will cause heart failure. Like I said last time, obi to home unnim de beye all of a sudden. So ono onyare hwenye no ehu ya ne se why den wewu dabi. We have to watch our diet. Okay? We have to watch our diet. Now, high blood pressure could also lead to a condition like kidney problems. Kidney problems. So talking about kidney problems, how would you even know if you have kidney problems? First of all, when your body is retaining fluids, don't forget that your kidney works with your blood. It filters your blood and all of that. And if there is too much water in the body, then the kidney finds it so hard to, and also the pressure better kidney. So, there'll be more pressure on the kidney. So in this case, almost say or filter be, filter be, once say all the waste product cannot be filtered and all of that. So before you know, once out on say at in. Hi Queensta. Hi Queensta. Welcome to TopBond TV. Okay. Um Today is all about salt, if we need salt or not. Welcome to TopBond TV. So once say on say we call that word edema of the leg. When I say tata and you don't even know where that is coming from. Think about it. But you have edema of the leg. It is from eating too much salt. It is from eating too much salt. So eating salt in moderation is actually a good thing. If you want to stay healthy, free from certain diseases and illnesses. We ain't supposed to even get it. But as for the any enumide as for the any enumide media me penchini media me penchini o say in kakran, then it keeps building up. It keeps building up. Before you know, then I say are causing more harm than good to the body. You don't want to go through this, okay? You don't want to go through this. So please, salt is good, but it can also be bad. What I can tell you is, also in Penifo, I can't say me say too much of everything is bad. That means idea in moderation is good, but too much of it is bad. Okay? High blood pressure. Oh, Queensta, you'd rather have pains in your joint bones than it swells. Is it your salt intake? That's the next thing I'm going to. Um, so eating too much salt could lead to osteoporosis. When we talk about osteoporosis, we are talking about what? Bones so it could break, easily. That's osteoporosis. It could break easily. But I'm talking about your joints. I don't think that has to do much with salt. But one thing I can tell you is if your body retains more fluids, then maybe our body no best store fluid. So your friend say if there is storage of more fluid in your, let's say, in your knees, because it's not actually performing its functions well. Um, the our joint is supposed to have a fluid we call synovial fluid, if I'm right. AMP, I'm saying AMP neighbor. Me are not Tommy neighbor. It's supposed to have synovial fluids, and that's how our joints, not aerobia. It doesn't pains when it rubs until bend it knee. Now straighten, it doesn't hurt because of the fluids we have over there. But here's the case: the body is retaining fluids, and then a be because you are eating too much salt. And then of course, it's gonna cause some discomfort um in your joints. I'm actually specifically talking about the knee because most edema with salt and with heart failure, is normally seen in the legs. When I'll be on first, most of now see type. How would you know say even you have edema? What don't start press it on na, on don't pay now. When you press it, you would see say press it doesn't come up quickly. It takes some time. It is supposed to come up within 2 to 3 seconds. So who don't say mia, it has to come up within 2 to 3 seconds. It is a check more than 3 seconds. Not say intimimba up that say there's something wrong with you. You have to start checking out. Maybe seeing the doctor. You may be having a heart attack. You may be having heart failure. Let me put it that way: heart failure, because you are eating too much salt. Into will be hospital. I say reduce your salt intake. One, because maybe the person has high blood pressure. High blood pressure means what? Too much. It could be. It's not. Salt. So let me not just give it to salt alone. It could be eating too much salt. You know the importance of salt now. It helps the body retain fluid into blood pressure. Don't forget, I did be so your blood pressure goes high. Okay, so that's one thing I want you to know. Quincy, I don't know if I answered your question partially, maybe not fully, but maybe partially. It could be part of it. I wouldn't say it's all due to your salt intake. So maybe you should look at, your intake of salt. Ebeboa, ebeboa. I mean, when I cook, I don't even put salt because these tin tomatoes near the you use, they all have salt. So baby, now it's already good to go. Train your taste buds to eat less salt. Nkyene bebree na ɛmfa wo nkɔ baabi a sɛbi ɛde wobɛkɔ adaka mu na mu nti no reduce it. Okay, reduce your salt intake. It could also lead to stroke. Too much salt in the body is, I think, it has a lot of consequences. It has a lot of consequences. So, we know more the sanya mpacho so ho so. All right. Nkyene de ye, but you have to be careful. Think about your future. You don't want to grow old. Now you have so many problems like fire hypertension, now they be and you're on blood pressure medication. It don't know where, yeah. I know so many people don't like to, drink a lot of, medications. I know for they draw the body and omuchi. Some for almost almost sign pepper. They don't like taking injections into yanya. So in this case, this is the time you have to actually check your diet and then put in some exercise. Oh, talking about exercise. When you exercise and you sweat, who tastes sweat now? You taste what? Salt, right? So tasting salt, that means when you're exercising and you are sweating, you are actually losing some salt. So exercise is good. But I'm trying to losing more salt into better. Some people, when they go to exercise, they have energy drinks. These energy drinks like Red Bull. Did I say Red? Yeah, Red Bull. Yeah, Bull. There's a Bull. I don't know if maybe if it's a Red Bull, but there's a Bull. They contain these energy drinks. They contain salt. Into Onuma, it replaces. They contain salt electrolyte. Let me put it that way. Into Onuma, it actually replenishes salt and belusi whilst you are exercising. So people are very smart. They know when to replace it and when not to replace it. But some of us, we are just I don't know, for some reasons, for some reasons, yɛntumi nhyɛ yɛn ho so. Ɛno ara ne sɛ yɛgu so ase yɛdi ara ne sɛ yɛdi. Nti no, mesrɛ wo, be very careful. Be very careful with salt. Okay, don't lose too much and don't take it too much because it could lead to heart failure, heart attack, kidney problems, fluid retention. Now, let me talk about fluid retention. It could also lead to fluid retention. Now, before I come to fluid retention, I have a friend, right? Let me tell you this. This friend likes beef. Beef in the one or send when you feel or one or processing in the beef. Or cut punching. I'm not no say. And one way to preserve beef is putting too much salt. Into the salt in there or ribbon or the beef song or the one just say or to be now. Just no salt in your fine yesterday. Too much beef. Too much beef, yeah. Come here, too much beef will actually kill you. First of all, the fat in beef is a big deal. As all the fat in the tone, the amount of salt you have in beef, don't forget you only need what 5 grams. That's 1 teaspoon a day. Okay, you need only 1 teaspoon a day. Miss Remo, beef need the monte so. Now let's go back to let's go back to where Madam from Otia Mewu. Let's go back to the consequences, or what happens when we eat too much salt. So eating too much salt could also cause this. Okay, fluid retention. Fluid retention now me kind before no. Yes, I fill it up in your lungs. Now, those of you who are actually, mo nante kakra na ma bread ni idea no. Have you thought about why o nante kakra na wa bread na? You haven't thought about it. It's because you may be eating too much salt. When there's too much water in the body, the lungs, it fills up, and then it affects your lungs, and then it actually fills your lungs, the sacs. One thing you have to know is say when air gets into your lungs, air expand it to some limit, and then when you breathe out, now I am closing. But this is the case, and when there is fluid in the lungs, inframmano coma say expand it to this size, then it only expands to this size. So that means you don't get enough air in your lungs. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I have a friend, another friend. Or no, or 4 stairs, or for 2 flights of stairs because obe braces here. And yes, a son of wasan bro, so it's because you may be eating too much salt. Okay? And yeah, some man can me madam for needing. But what do you mean by needing for now? What do you mean by needing for now? Oh my god. Oh, I have something. What's it? Nurse intervention for patients experiencing hypothyroidism include which of the following? Instruct patient to increase fluid hypothyroidism. Instruct patient to increase daily activities, working to manage weight. Instruct patient about but you hold on, me bow now. Obi beside me question be. I don't know. Okay, people on the line, I think you can answer this question. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Nursing intervention for patients experiencing hypothyroidism include which of the following? Nursing intervention, okay, for patients experiencing hypothyroidism include which of the following? One, instruct patients to increase fluids and fiber in daily diet. What do you think? Two, instruct patients to increase daily activities such as walking to manage weight. I mean, since you're Cassava Health and Honey, I think that is also a good thing. Who is here? Just say hi so that I know you are here. Instruct patients about the importance of adherence to lifelong hormone replacement therapy. And another one is instruct patients to avoid vigorous activities and schedule rest periods. Anyone has answers to this? And I want it. Hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. Welcome. Welcome to TopBond TV. I think exercise is always good. So I would say daily exercise is one of them. Daily exercise is one of them. Instruct patients to increase fluid and fiber. Fiber is also good for the body. So I would say fiber is also a good thing. Patients about the importance and the adherence of hormone replacement. I don't know if you need, I know you will have to take what? Synthroid? But synthroid is not hormone. So I don't think you will need hormone. Nestina Boy, yes, if you are still there, you should have an answer to this. Oh, Obia, any answer to it? All right, no problem. So let's continue with our salt intake. Peter, we are actually talking about salt, whether salt is good for the body or not. Do we have to eat too much salt? We are learning whether we need to eat a lot of salt or we have to eat less salt. If when are is here. So Peter, you are welcome to Top Bond TV. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so let's continue with our thing. Yes, so talking about those who walk a little bit, then they are tired. They have to, um, Philomena, you said the answer is B. It actually select all that apply. So I feel like B is part of it, which is what? Exercise. Exercise is good for the body. I believe so, but um, yeah, it could be part of it. So let's continue. Wonante kakra bi na wabrɛ na watena wogyina hɔ na woyɛ dɛ wonhome kakra ɛsɛ wongye wahome ansa na watoa so a you have to check your salt intake and then you have to go check your body out with your primary doctor. You may be having too much fluids in your body because too much fluids, that's what it fills up the lungs, and then when it fills up the lungs, like I said before, so when you take in air and then if your lungs is supposed to increase to this size when there is air. Now, when there is fluids in the lungs, then so we take it in air instead of this, then it only goes up to this space. It's in that case, your body is not getting enough oxygen, and when the body is not getting enough oxygen, that means you are going to experience shortness of breath. That's one thing you have to know. Stairs, 2 flights of stairs, we are young and you can't take 2 flights of stairs. You are in deep trouble. You have to be very careful. Watch your diet, watch your salt intake. Okay. Yes, that's one thing that salt could do to our body, water retention. And that it affects our lungs and that affects our breathing. Okay. Now let's look at hypertension, like I mentioned earlier, because hypertension, this animal way in aba. Excuse me, hypertension, this animal way in aba. How would you know? Even how would you know? Say you have hypertension. Most people when they have hypertension, they are asymptomatic. They wouldn't even know until say, "Oh my God, check your blood pressure." No one will say they have hypertension. So how would you know? There are few signs and symptoms of high blood pressure that I would like to share with you. Some people would have nosebleed, and then clinically, your friend is saying your friend epistaxis. Okay, when there's high blood pressure, when there's some of our how do you call it? Vessels. It's me rupture, and when the vessels rupture, which are causing nosebleed. When some vessels in the nose could rupture, then it will cause nosebleed. So when it happens like that, ask yourself, where is this coming from? You may be having high pressure. You need to know epistaxis or nosebleed. That's different. But for little to nothing happen. It could be say your nose is dry, and maybe you are picking your nose, and then I call TBB, then blood is coming. That's different. Okay, that's different. Now, high blood pressure can also cause headaches. Oh, homa. What's utiya ya for no reason? For no reason now utiya ya. That's also, one of the symptoms of hypertension. So, oh, now utiya ya for a reason. You have to go check yourself out. If you want to live long, you don't want to die young. You have to at least person one chance in check akra. So I think you have to you have to check your salt intake with that. Um Headaches no good. All right. Oh yeah, I can say they be on your headache. I'll be far saying pain pills into be okay. How long are you gonna be on Tylenol or paracetamol or Motrin? For how long are you gonna be on that? Ultimately, was so forever. Okay. It's better you prevent it with diet than always trying to take pills to kill it wouldn't even do anything to the blood pressure. You will always have headaches. Into we also media, it's a part of me. Until I'm used to it. When I catch you say a part of you. Men kasa, yankopon amosa, okay? Yankopon ambo bia with high blood pressure. One should obey. So you have to be careful with that. All right? You have to be careful with that. Another thing that is associated with high blood pressure is sometimes then you feel dizzy and lightheadedness. Then when you see all of a sudden. Have you thought about that? Hmm? You may be having high blood pressure. You may be having fluid retention. You may be having heart failure, fluid flow. You may be having fluid in your lungs. So dizziness is one of the things that you have to look out for. So Hona say for no reason you feel dizzy. Oh nanti once you feel dizzy, then they say so then that be you have to check your diet or go see your doctor. You may be having high blood pressure or something. Okay. Yes. So I think that's it. We're not gonna go too long. Okay. I just wanna summarize everything for you. One, for those of you who came late, we saw the benefits of eating salt. Okay. We know salt is good to help balance fluids in the blood and to maintain a healthy blood pressure. That's why we need salt. So that means salt has some benefits. But as the old saying goes, too much of everything is bad. So in this case, I will tell you this. You can't eat it too much. You only need, research makes us to understand that you only need 5 grams of salt a day as humans. 85 grams of salt. That's also now beef now. Of course, you're gonna eat more than 5 grams a day. So we need less salt, at least 5 grams. At most 5 grams a day. And what happens if we eat too much salt? What happens is it contributes to high blood pressure. And high blood pressure, which is linked to conditions like heart failure and heart attack, kidney problems, fluid retention, stroke, and osteoporosis. All these things are, part of the thing. Having high blood pressure or having too much salt in the body. And then we know why we don't have to eat too much salt. We know where to get canned foods and then tin stuff like these canned food. All right, even if you will buy canned foods, you have to buy canned foods that are labeled no added salt, salt reduced, or low salt. These are what might help you. Okay, in terms of hypertension, if you happen to have bleed, you might have headaches. You know, headaches from nowhere, and then you can also have lightheadedness or season. So these are all things that will help you know that your body is retaining fluids. Salt will make you retain fluid. And when you retain, I will end here. Please don't eat too much salt. Reduce your salt intake. Salt is good. Don't stop eating salt because without salt, you will die. Without salt, you will die a lot. Okay, not a lot. So, about why you have shortness of breath when you are walking. I hope this answers some of the questions. Um, I will end this here and then we will talk about something else another time. Take very good care of yourself. Thank you for tuning in. And then, oh, thank you, Ernestina Boating. Thank you, Ernestina Boating. Thank you for tuning in. And then I hope you actually click on my on the bell so that whenever I come live, you will get notification and then you will join me so that we learn. Okay, so that you learn. Nneɛma no body no nneɛma bebree na ɛkɔ so with the body. We have to actually take care of ourselves. Into people who exercise a lot. Say accident na beto omo kwan mu a people who exercise a lot, they eat healthy foods and then they don't retain fluids. Retention of fluids is what's killing people. And so we have to Peter, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next time. We will talk about something else. So just subscribe to my channel and then click on the bell so that whenever you get a notification when I come online, so that we learn. In Yaman Kitty say are the things that we need. The little things matter. Okay, the little things. So thank you for tuning in, and then be safe out there. Okay, coronavirus is so real. Put on your nose mask, your eyeglasses, wash your hands, and then tell others to put on their mask. It's very necessary. Until then, all right. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Um, thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you another time. So have a good day, everybody. And then, those of you who are in Ghana, I will say have a good night. I'll see you again. Bye bye and take care.